Hi, yes. My name's Tom, and I've been an accountant for 11 years now. I joined Condy Mathias as a client service manager in the summer of last year and passed my chartered exams in 2018. So I've been chartered accountant for 6 years now. Yeah, so in school, I was only ever good at maths at school. So I wanted to pursue a career in that. I had enrolled into a university and was about to start the course when I was questioned by an already experienced accountant who said, "Why are you signing up for 3 years when, hand on heart, you probably don't know what an accountant does?" And he was right. So I got an apprenticeship instead, deferred my entry to uni. And after a year of the apprenticeship in accountancy, I actually found that I loved working and earning money while starting trade rather than going to uni. So I cancelled that, finished my apprenticeship with the AAT, and then started my chartered studies. In last year, I decided that I'd had a great time working for my previous employer, but it had been over 10 years now, and I needed something fresh, a big change. I met with John and Lee at Condy Mathias, and the way they run their accountancy practice here is very different, very modern, very friendly approach, and I was excited to be part of their team.
Excellent. What areas of accountancy do you specialise in, and why did you choose those areas?
Yeah, so enabled to help all of our clients. I've got a wide range of different experiences and different expertise, so I can dabble into a lot and help a wide range of clients who may come through our doors or call us up on the phone. But I do have certain specialties purely from working with more clients in the past on that. So I tend to deal with corporate entities, specializing in medium-sized companies who have the need for an audit. So I provide the audit service, but also I've got quite a bit of experience with small family-owned companies, those with property portfolios, and those in the property sector in general, so estate agents, letting companies, and investment companies. Yeah, so I'm very proud of the apprenticeship that I did, which was AAT. It's NVQ level 4. And then after this, went on to my chartered qualifications. With that, I added onto it the audit qualification, which essentially wasn't another exam, but it was proving to the institute that I had done hours of audit, that I've logged my experiences, and that I've got a wide range of skills in audit. So I hold the audit qualifications, which means that one day I'll be able to be an RI and sign off on audits. But when joining Condy Mathias, they are a trusted partner with Xero. So they signed me up to become a trusted Xero advisor. So I'm proud to hold that qualification, so I'm able to advise on software. And then also outside of work, I also help with the finances at the church that I attend. So I also have some experience in doing charity accounts. Yeah, so I believe that when you're building a relationship with a client, you first need to know why they're here, what they want, what is their driver, really. Some people, it's purely tax. They just want to pay as little tax as possible. And sure, we can help with minimizing that through our different advice and pointing you in the right directions on what may be tax efficient for what you want to do. But some people aren't motivated by just tax minimization. Some people want to grow their business. Some people want to take what they've started and maybe one day sell it on to a third party. That's their exit plan. So they need to grow the business. So when I'm building a relationship with a client, what I first do is understand why they're here, understand what they want to do, because then that will let me know what's the best advice for this individual person. That may be in a phone call, in a face-to-face meeting, or virtually on Teams or Zoom. Really, we try to make it as bespoke to that individual client as possible. They're employing us, they're coming to us for advice. We need to make it as easy for them as possible. Yeah, so you don't want to just bombard them with accountancy jargon, especially if you're talking about something very personal to them, their finances. You want to make sure that they do understand every step of the way with you. So I'll start off with asking them how comfortable they are with finances and accountancy, and then that will let me know where to build from. They're experts in their chosen field, that be that construction, be that investment, be it a financial advisor. They employ us because we're experts in the accounts. So we need to make sure that they understand their accounts the same way that they would help their customers to understand what they're doing. So where they don't understand or where they may trip up, we try to make sure along the way that they are keeping up by just checking in and just saying, I've explained this to you. Do you understand it? How does it make you feel? If they say, honestly, I didn't understand that, we're happy to go over it again at a slower pace. It may take a couple of meetings, it may be done in half an hour. It really does depend on the person. But we need to maintain that open, honest, and trust relationship in order to make sure that they're not being left behind. Yeah, so advances in technology I see as only ever being beneficial. Whenever there is a change, it's normally been born out of someone thinking there is a quicker, easier way for this to be done. And if they've cracked that and if they've got a solution, then wonderful. We can implement that and we can get on board and help our clients to implement that as well. Where we need to keep on top of it, we attend regular zero training sessions, but we also attend different seminars and different networking events where often these technology companies come in and they give us demonstrations. We need to make sure that we're up to date with that, because if someone's got a very efficient solution, then that benefits us because we can do our job easier, and it benefits our clients because we can get them the information they need quicker. So it is at the forefront of our minds to always keep looking out for what technology is available to help not only us, but our clients as well. Yeah, we've partnered with training providers that give us industry updates through virtual training sessions and through in-person training sessions. Some of these can be very complex to get your head around when they bring in some changes, but fortunately that's what all of us here at Condy have trained for, so we should be able to adapt quite quickly. The important thing for me to know is when the changes are coming in and to be ahead of that as well. So before the changes have actually enacted, I need to be aware of what the changes are, which of my clients that's going to impact, and how it's going to impact them. I can then let the clients know ahead of time that this change is coming, and they can then plan accordingly rather than having this sprung upon them last minute. Yes, so I'll give you an example. A client's care home, group of care homes came to us, and they were having troubles with their bank manager. Their bank manager was very much just looking at what is there presently, not looking at what was in the future for the business. Now, this specific company had spent a lot of money extending their care home. They had built many rooms to the side of it that were going to then be adjoined by a walkway, and it also had an extra kitchen built. And the bank were getting very concerned because the last valuation they had was before all of these improvements. And they just saw that the company was spending a lot of money improving this. The client was having issues with their specific bank manager because he wasn't able to see the value that was going to be added in the future. He was just looking at past figures and basing it off of that. What we were able to do is translate what the client knew this value was going to add to their business and what the client's vision was. We were able to translate that into facts and figures to then present to the bank manager. The client was really getting stressed by this, really worried because the company were needing this bank's funding to continue and to keep on improving to get to their vision. So if the bank manager had decided they were going to stop, then that wouldn't have been good for the client, wouldn't have been good for all the residents that lived there either. So through our help, we were able to secure the bank funding, make sure the bank were happy with the plans, which led to a success for not only our client, but the residents working there, the bank themselves, and for us here. I would advise to meet them, not just one. I would probably meet a few and get in front of them, really learn what their ethos is about, because that is going to underpin all of their work. Are they going to be on your side? Are they going to be trying to help you realize your goal? Or are they going to be focused on themselves too much? Or are they effectively just a tax collector? What you don't want to trip into is a lot of these accountancy firms that are just repeating work that they've done on 100 clients again and again with no thought about what the individual client wants. When you come to meet us, one of our slogans is to make your business life better, and that is unique to individuals. Whether you want to grow your business, whether you want to secure it for succession, pass on to family in the future or sell one day, or if you're looking to reduce the tax bills. There may be different drivers for why you're coming to an accountant, so you need to make sure that they understand what it is you want and that they're able to deliver that. I would say you need to get your foot in the door any which way you can. There's so many different roles in an accountancy firm. You could be specializing in audit, in tax, in bookkeeping. But once you're in, you can then change what you want to do later down the line. You may actually want to get experience in each of those sections to really understand it for yourself. Myself, I went through the apprenticeship route rather than uni so that I was able to get into an accountancy firm and see how they operate. And I think it's only really once you're in amongst it that you understand what an accountant does. For advice, if you're starting out fresh, I would probably head to an apprenticeship in the AAT. But I have had colleagues here who have had success in uni. What you want to do is to, likewise with the clients, have a meeting with a couple of them and learn the ethos of that company, if they're going to support you in training or whether they just want you to sit at a desk.